You are now rocking with the Cool Cats and me, the D.E.V. KRS-One is one of the greatest MCs to ever live. And back in the day, he wrote a joint called My Philosophy, which is a classic to say the least. Well, in honor of that, now that I'm in this space as a cool cat, I came up with something called my cat philosophy. Listen, I know I spent most of my life as a dog guy, but since I've been with these cats over the last 7 years, I've learned an awful lot about that cat life. So, the first part of my cat philosophy is I believe that anybody who can responsibly take care of a cat should have one in their lives for several reasons. Number one, they bring peace to your house. And it's kind of a spiritual thing, really. You know, as I said, I'm an animal lover. I've been around cats all my life, but I hadn't lived with one, and it's a different thing living with a cat and having them in your space than being around a cat over a friend's house or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so after having cats in my life and that in my own space, it's just a different experience. You know, you realize the aura that they give off it brings peace to your spirit. It's kind of hard to explain, but and I find that talking to other people who have cats say the same thing. You know, it affects you as a person. You more calm, you more relaxed. If you're a person that live a highly stressful life, you know, like me, for a lot of my adult life, being heavy in business is very stressful. You know, I didn't get cats until like the tail end of that, but when I got cats, it brought, you know, I can probably say I didn't really know how to relax, because you know, when you're a business person, you always got stuff on your mind. You're always thinking about what you gotta do. Even when you're at home, you're thinking about the next thing, whatever. And having them cats in my life has been big because it's helped me bring some of that down, you know, in a good way. So, you know, cats are just chill. They don't really get out of that chill element for too many reasons. And when you're around that, it kind of rubs off on you, you know what I'm saying? You start to realize the importance of chill. And some of y'all may say, yo, the D.E.V, he the chillest guy I know. That's on the outside, but I'm like that, you know, that story they talk about with the duck on top of the water, but you don't really see how fast his feet be moving all the time. That's my brain. So yeah. But now that y'all see me, doing this, I'm really chill, man. Hey there. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit subscribe and the notifications bell so you don't miss any future content. Number two, the second reason I think everybody who can responsibly take care of a cat should have one in their life is because cats are healing. It's been documented that that cat demeanor, especially the purring, it really affects human beings' healing process. Like I talked about from the stress, but it helps people who have high blood pressure, like ailments. A cat's purring, something about it's scientific, but it's been proven. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But it really does help the healing process. So medically, it's cool to have a cat. The third thing is patience. Cats teach you patience. To those of us who needed to learn it, or they at least help you with it. Now me, that's a big one, because I don't have no patience. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. So, and that's kind of worked well for me, because I'm a go-getter. Like I said, I'm a business person, so being a go-getter, you go get it. You don't be patient. You make things happen. And that's the mindset I kind of come from. And that's cool, and it has its place. But internally, it does damage to you over time, mentally. And then it's cool to be a go-getter and go get it. But I don't care how much of a go-getter you are, everything ain't gonna happen like that. And when you a go-getter, sometimes when things don't happen, no matter the effort you put in, it stresses you out. And so that's the mental. You feel me? And so y'all know when you have a cat's gonna do stuff at their pace. How they gonna do it, man? I don't care. You can do whatever. You ain't gonna move a cat off his rhythm. And so when you live with them, when you deal with them, and don't get me wrong, I'm still a go-getter. I still have that mindset, but it helps you sort out in your mind some things you should be like that with and some things you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And so cats, at least for me, have tremendously helped me with my patience. And another reason that everyone who can responsibly take care of a cat should have one in their lives is companionship without all the work. And so there's nothing wrong with work, but sometimes you don't feel like doing all that. And so again, coming from a dog background, dogs require 5 times more work than a cat. And even fish, I'm a big fish guy. And maybe it's because of the amount of fish I had. I had 4 or 5 tanks going most of the time. But Cats, man, you change their litter box. I don't change my litter box every day. My litter boxes every day. I change mine every other day. Take about 5 minutes. You don't have to walk them. Y'all feel me? I feed my cats in the morning and at night. Take 5 minutes. So, you know, they just chill, man. You don't have to do a lot of work with them. That has a good place. Man, that's just to name a few, of course. Cats have a lot of benefits, but this is my philosophy I've developed over the 7 years of dealing with these jokers. Now, I do have another part of that philosophy, and that's not really the cats. It's really the all animals. Again, me being an animal person, but I believe if you take an animal into your home, and here we're talking about cats, you should always have at least 2. That's my personal philosophy. Cats need another animal that's like them, that's similar to them, that they can relate to. You cool and you can be the best what am I trying to say? Cat owner or cat parent in the world, but you not another cat. So your cat can love you, but they need 1 or 2 of their own that they can relate, they can really feel comfortable. And if your goal is to have animals that they feel as comfortable and as happy as possible, get another one. You know, you're not gonna be, if you're a person that is not home all the time, which most people aren't. Even if you're a person that is home a lot, you're not there all the time. So that other cat there keeps them company when you aren't there. And as great as you are, as much love that you have for your cat, you're not another cat. So if you want a happy home, a truly happy home with your loved cat, your loved one, you know, when you get a cat, get at least 2. You know, if you can. You feel me? Now remember to treat your animals well. They didn't ask to be there with you, but now all they have is you. Treat them like family. Fam.